So I wanted to do another segment on its own about Herschel Walker going on to Fox News and getting pressed by Brian Kilmeade about his son speaking out against him. So after the Daily Beast story, that seemed to be the straw that broke the camel's back. Herschel Walker lying about the fact that he had his abortion, denying it even though there's a lot of evidence. And so his son came out and said, you know what, I'm done. I'm sick of all of his lies. He's just lied about all these things and I'm done with it. And Brian Kilmeade asks Herschel Walker about this, and it does not go well for Herschel Walker. This is really, really embarrassing. I got secondhand embarrassment watching this. Take a look.
Here's what your son surprised a lot of us because he's had tweeted positive things for you. He's an influencer, a conservative. And this is what he came out and said after this revelation and your appearance with Sean. Listen.
My intention is don't lie about your life at the expense of me, my mom, and all of the people that you've affected throughout your life. You don't get to pretend you're some moral family guy. You don't get to pretend all these things. Talk policy, talk normal. Do not lie.
So he saw that and says, you're lying, Herschel. What do you say about your son? Is he telling the truth?
Well, I love my son unconditionally, and that's where I've always been. I always loved him unconditionally. You know, he graduated college a couple of months ago. He's now a young man doing his own thing, but his father's always there for him. I always will be for any of my kids, and I love them. I always support them, and I always have supported them, and I always will, and I love them unconditionally.
But he's doing tremendous damage to you by coming out with those statements. Do you know why he's saying this?
Well, the damage he's doing is letting people know that the left will do whatever they can to win the seat. And I told you when I got...
That doesn't make any sense. How that connects to what he said, I don't know.
In this race, I'm going to win this seat. People see someone sitting here in front of you right now that's been redeemed. And I want America to know I'm living proof that you can make mistakes and get up and keep going forward.
But you're denying one of the mistakes that just got exposed. What?
But you can only do it in this country right here. And you can only do it if we get this election correct this come November. Because we vote for the people on the left, like the guy running against Senator Warnock. You're not going to have a chance to be redeemed. He's a minister and he don't believe in redemption. Right now, they're trying to destroy.
Okay, so just random stuff going on there. So here's what I don't understand at all about that. He focuses in at the end there on my opponent, Raphael Warnock, doesn't believe in redemption. I am living proof of a redemption story. But what you were just asked about was your son claiming that you're telling a lie by denying that the abortion story is true, right? You're saying, no, I didn't pay my girlfriend to get an abortion. So within the context of the story, what do you need to be redeemed about, right? So you won't address specifically the fact that your son just called you a huge liar. You'll just say that you love him, even though he's saying you were not a good father. But then you also want to talk about redemption in the context of the story that you're saying you have nothing to be redeemed for because this whole story is a lie. So confusing. Now, he's admitted to other things, and maybe that's what he's talking about, how he's admitted to his domestic violence. He's admitted to going and thinking he was going to shoot someone and then seeing a Jesus sticker and deciding not to, or whatever it is. Maybe there's other things he has on his mind. But if someone's asking you about your son calling you out, calling you a huge liar because you're denying a story that just got released, and then your response is, listen, I'm a redemption story. That makes no sense. It would be an avenue to take to decide, listen, I'm going to come out, I'm going to do a press conference and say, yep, I paid for that abortion and I've changed my view on it, or whatever he would want to say, and I'm a redemption story. But because you're denying that story, it really doesn't make sense for that to be your defense there. And as you saw, he immediately, oddly tried to flip it around to, listen, what my son is saying is the left really wants to win this seat. Huh? What? That doesn't make sense. No, that wasn't what your son was saying. He was saying you were a humongous, dishonest human being. And that is what I wish he would have responded to. But I guess he's just going to avoid talking about the specifics of any of this. Just deny it all. I don't know here. I don't know there. And try to push through it. We'll see how it all goes.